There is one thing you do every single day that feels perfectly normal to you, but would make a Japanese person quietly cringe. The strange part? Most Westerners have no idea they are doing anything wrong. In fact, the cleaner you think you are, the more likely you are guilty of at least two of these. Japan has one of the lowest rates of hospital-acquired infection in the developed world, consistently ranked among the top countries globally for public health outcomes, and researchers keep arriving at the same conclusion: it is not the healthcare system. It is a handful of small daily habits that prevent contamination before it ever becomes a problem. 5 grooming habits the West has never questioned. 5 habits Japan never adopted. Stay with me, because number 5 will completely change how you think about being clean. Before we get into them, here's the assumption we need to take apart. In the West, grooming is treated as performance, something you do to look and feel clean in big, visible bursts. A long shower, a splash of cologne, a quick scrub. Japan treats hygiene differently, not as performance but as prevention, built quietly into the ordinary texture of a day. Habit 1. You shower once a day and consider that enough. In most Western routines, one shower, usually at night or in the morning, is treated as the full hygiene reset, but your body doesn't stop generating bacteria and oil the moment you step out. Dermatologists note that sweat glands, especially in warm climates or after exercise, continue producing an environment bacteria thrive in for hours afterward. In Japan, a quick rinse, sometimes without soap, is common again in the evening, specifically to remove the day's accumulated sweat and pollution before bed. Not a full shower, just enough to stop carrying the day's residue into your sheets. Slow down here. Your pillow, your sheets, everything you sleep against tonight is collecting what your body picked up today. The shift? A short evening rinse, even 60 seconds before bed. Small, but it matters. Habit 2. You reuse the same towel for a week without a second thought. That damp towel hanging on your rail after every shower never fully dries between uses, and a damp environment is exactly what bacteria and mold need to multiply. A study from the University of Arizona found bath towels can carry significant bacterial growth, including E. coli, within as little as a week of daily reuse. Japan's approach is simpler than you'd expect. Towels are changed far more frequently, often every 1 to 2 days, and hung to fully air out, not folded while damp. You're not being asked to do laundry every day. You're being asked to notice whether that towel on your rail is actually dry before you use it again. That's habit 2. Habit 3. You apply deodorant instead of addressing the cause. Most Western routines lean on fragrance and antiperspirant to mask odor after it starts. It works for a few hours, but it's covering a signal, not solving it. In Japan, there's more attention paid to diet and gut health as the actual root of body odor, alongside thorough washing of odor-prone areas, not just a quick pass with a washcloth. Research has linked certain gut bacteria and high intake of processed, fatty foods to stronger, more persistent body odor. Masking it with fragrance doesn't touch that. Look at what you're covering up before you decide how to cover it up. The shift: wash thoroughly first, address diet where you can, then let fragrance be the finishing touch, not the whole plan. Habit 4. You brush your teeth but skip your tongue entirely. This is one almost nobody thinks about. Most Western routines end at the teeth, but the tongue, especially the back of it, hosts the majority of the bacteria responsible for bad breath. Dental researchers estimate that up to 80% of bad breath originates from bacteria coating the tongue's surface, not the teeth at all. In Japan, tongue scraping is a common, quick addition to the morning routine. A few seconds with a simple metal or plastic scraper, done before or after brushing. You can brush perfectly for 2 minutes and still walk out the door with the actual source of the problem untouched. The shift: 10 seconds with a tongue scraper, right after you brush. That's it. And now, habit 5. The one I told you would change how you think about clean. You wash your hair every single day. In the West, daily hair washing is treated as the baseline for looking put together. But your scalp produces natural oils that protect hair and skin, and washing daily strips them away completely, forcing the scalp to overproduce oil in response. It becomes a cycle you're creating, not solving. In Japan, hair washing every other day, sometimes every 2 to 3 days, is far more common, alongside a gentler daily scalp massage with water alone to keep circulation and cleanliness without stripping natural oils. Dermatologists increasingly back this. Overwashing damages the very barrier that's supposed to keep your scalp healthy in the first place. You've been taught that daily equals clean. For your scalp, it often means the opposite. 5 habits, all small, all about prevention, not performance. An evening rinse instead of relying on one shower. A dry towel instead of a damp one. Washing the cause instead of masking it. 10 seconds for your tongue, and giving your scalp a break instead of stripping it daily. None of these require new products or a bigger budget. They require noticing what you've been doing on autopilot and adjusting the order, not the effort. So here's what we'd suggest. Not next week, tonight. Try the short evening rinse before bed, and check that towel on your rail before you reach for it tomorrow. Now I want to hear from you. Of these 5, which one are you actually doing right now without realizing it? Tell me the number in the comments. And if this made you rethink even one habit, share it with someone who swears their routine is already perfect. They might be one small shift away from finding out otherwise. I'll see you in the next one.